Andrew McGahan for SevereMMA, standing alongside Magic Myles Price. Myles, that must be a very gratifying win because you were on a 3-fight losing streak. So, what was going through your head coming into this fight?
It wasn't really much going through me, to be honest with you. I try not to think about anything. Like, I know I lost my last 3 fights, but I move on from that. Like, you know, at the end of the day, those 3 lads I lost to were top level lads, and they were close fights. Didn't get in and get dominated in any fight I've ever been in. So I knew when I was going into this fight that I didn't care about my past fights because I just take them as experience, and I know if I keep going and keep progressing, don't think about the negative things and think about the positive, I know I'm going to win and get on to be in the UFC eventually, you know.
A man after my own heart with the positive thinking. I like it. I have to say, you're in the Ali McLean loss in particular, you were tiny compared to him. I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but he bullied you around. So tonight you were fighting an equally as big opponent. Kieran Davern is quite a big man. Were you expecting it to go the same way?
No. I know that I just think I know Ali was bigger than me, but I always knew that I was hurting him on the stand-up, and I knew that my jiu-jitsu was a bit better, but my game plan was a bit wrong because he is physically big and he's a good wrestler. That when he took me down, it was hard for me to get up at times, and I worked on that since, and I've played well in the Kieran Davern fight. I knew that if I went to the ground, I wasn't so adamant to stand up and bang like I usually would. I stayed there, worked on my sweeps and worked on my transitions.
One of the things that will always stick in my head is my first MMA event. You took the back, Cage Contender 5, a flying back take. You were on the back a lot tonight. You couldn't get the rear naked choke finish. Why not? What are you going to improve on? Monday morning, I assume the first thing you're going to be working on is finishes from the back.
Nothing, you know, at the end of the day.
Well, what am I saying? You ended up finishing, but up until then you were having a bit of trouble, it seemed.
Yeah, well, I knew he's a purple belt as well, you know what I mean? He's a big guy, he's good at jiu-jitsu, he's training with John, you know, I trained there for years, and I knew that in John's camp he's going to have good jiu-jitsu, but I knew that I can play with anyone on the ground, like, you know what I mean? When I'm in the gym, I roll the black belts and brown belts all the time. I don't fucking arse around with everyone else. I always go for the good lads, and I knew that when he was coming to tonight that I was going to get it, you know, if I did go for it, but it would take time because he's good, you know.
So what's the story with Myles Price? I know you've changed gyms, you have your own club as well, and now you're training with Team Rhino. What was the main reason that you wanted to just switch things up? I don't know, I just wanted to switch things up, you know what I mean? I still have great respect for John and his camp, but you know, you have to move on and you have to train with different guys. I've always been like that, I'm a rogue, like, you know. I go and I like training with different guys, but for once I think that personality wise in the gym and level of training, I think, you know, I'm training with high level lads in Rhino, but I just get on so well with the guys there, you know. They're becoming family to me very quick, like, you know what I mean, and connecting that with the guys down in Rhino. And I'm going to travel, like, you know, I'm going to Milwaukee to train in Rufus Sport soon, and I'm going to train there, but I know in my heart I'm always going to be a Rhino man now, you know. And I heard you say something there, UFC. That's obviously the end goal for Myles Price.
Of course it is, man. Like, you know, I'm not in here to fucking arse around, like, you know what I mean. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fucking smash every lightweight in time. I mightn't be able to do it now, but I guarantee you in time, I'm going to work up and get better and better, and I'm going to start finishing boys in that division. I ain't going in there to be the Mickey Mouse Paddy. I'm going in there to make an impact.
Do you think, perhaps, final question, do you think maybe you're a guy who's been around Irish mixed martial arts for a long time, maybe taking fights earlier on in your career for the sake of taking fights, do you think that's affecting you now further on? Because your record, I think it's now 8-4 with the win tonight. You'd really want to be looking at something like 12-4 before the UFC were.
Yeah, of course, man. See, again, I don't care about my losses, and I don't care about records, like, because records are for DJs in this sport. Like I could go on, like, say for instance the Cage Warriors, right? My lad could pull out and someone could come in and I could fight John Maguire or Kurt Warburton, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like 10 steps up, like, you know what I mean? The UFC could be looking and go, fucking look at this lad, he's after beating an ex-UFC lad, like, get him in here. And I'm 9-4. It's not a great record, but I'm in the UFC because of one performance.
Is that a dig at your teammate Paul Redmond? DJs are for records are for DJs.
Yeah, no. No. Yeah, go on, sure, this is a dig. We'll call it a dig,
Alright, Myles, well, when are you hoping to get back out again? Is there any fights planned?
Cage Warriors.
Cage Warriors New Year's Eve?
I'm going against a good guy, you know. I'm fighting that Sean Carty. He fought for the title last, and it's a good fight for me. Go in there, make a statement, go for that title belt eventually.
Excellent, Myles, we really appreciate your time.
Thanks very much.
Great to see you back to winning race.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.